match, actually, this one. This is one of the ones I will be looking forward to. But again, it's difficult, man, because Elias is popular in other ways, but he does enough to get the heel reaction. I think when he comes out and mocks the crowd, even though the crowd like to be mocked by him. One of those gigs. But Elias definitely has star power. I've spoken about it many times on the podcast now. We've definitely put him over. But this match, Matt, hopefully it won't be damaging for Elias. I do see Seth Rollins winning this one. What about you, Matt?
Yeah. I think the way that they now class Seth Rollins, when the commentators talk about him, they call him the fighting champion. And we've seen this before. This was with John Cena, wasn't it? The US title.
Yeah.
We're going to see Seth Rollins hold on to this for quite a while until someone comes along who's worthy to actually take over that mantle. And I'm not too sure Elias. Now, he is good. Like I said, different style power, but I don't think he has that consistency to do what Seth Rollins does and carry the Raw brand because Brock's not there. So the Intercontinental title is the focus.
No, totally agree. So I'm Seth Rollins on that one. Now we've got the Bludgeon Brothers, Harper and Rowan. This wouldn't surprise me if this gets bumped off the card, by the way. Up against Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. I gotta say, I like Harper and Rowan, but I just think, like, is this just treading too much old ground with these two guys, Matt? You know, have we seen too much of them? I don't know. I've just got, I hopefully. The thing is, I'm a massive fan of Gallows and Anderson as well, and I feel like those guys, since they've got to the WWE, what the hell have they achieved? You know, they've just been the guys that the champions face and seem to beat. I'm surprised that they're still a tag team, but then again, you could go further down and look at the Revival, so at least they're on the card, I suppose. What about this match, Matt? Is this getting you hyped up?
There's nothing about this match that draws me in, really. We've seen enough of the Bludgeon Brothers and Gallows and Anderson. They've been in a while now. They do deserve better than what they get, but the way they've been portrayed is not brilliant, really. I think they leapfrogged the Usos because I don't think they wanted to go for the Usos versus the Bludgeon again. It does damage it to see the Usos get destroyed again. So I think we're going to get this match out of the way. Bludgeon Brothers will win, and then perhaps we'll move on and work on something with Sanity. Still waiting for them. Despite their call up to SmackDown, still waiting for them to make their debut. Yeah,
that's true. I mean, I wonder if they'll do something on Fox with them, or they're waiting for that. I don't know. Anyway, I'll go with the Bludgeon Brothers retaining on that one myself. And then we've got our best friend on the podcast, Roman Reigns, up against Jinder Mahal, who was a complete babyface back in London. And it's almost like that feud. If you put the noises in the right places and WWE didn't edit as much, it probably would come across like that as well. The way Roman was attacking him backstage in London. But Jinder Mahal, Roman Reigns, this is not what I really want to see. I don't think these guys have much chemistry. And the fact that we're getting a singles match of this is just like, well, this is just a Roman match because they've got to book him. But again, this could be more damaging as usual for Roman. I don't really know what we're getting out of this unless Jinder's winning, but I very much doubt that. So what is this all about, Matt, this one?
Yes, what I said earlier. I mean, how is this pay-per-view quality? Can't they just settle this on a Raw? I mean, it's that kind of match. I don't think anyone has any doubts as to who's going to win. I don't see what benefit Jinder gets out of winning. And for all intents and purposes, I mean, the way people are talking about Roman, or the way the commentators portray Roman now, they keep on talking about how he won the cage match against Brock Lesnar. So that's almost a dead cert that they're going to go for another match. He's not going to lose momentum on that road to SummerSlam.
No, oh my God. So Roman Reigns winning that one for me, and probably the same for you there, Matt.
Yeah, a bit of a mortgage on that one.
That'll cheer our listeners up on that one, won't it? Although we have been surprised at WrestleMania, I guess, so you never know. By the way, if Jinder did pull that off, then I think everyone can breathe easily, I'll say, because that might mean WWE have now gone a different way, but I doubt it. Very much doubt it. It's hopeful thinking. Now we've got the singles belt on the SmackDown's Women's Championship match. Carmella against Asuka. This is like chalk and cheese, isn't it? Putting these two together. I just sort of worry for both of them that this isn't going to get where the fans just turn on it, and hopefully it doesn't happen with someone like Oscar. But like this is a sort of, I don't know, this chemistry could be awful. But Carmella as a champion, Matt, what have you made of her run thus far, and since she's held the belt, and this matchup with Oscar? Is this Oscar's time to win, or is this another nightmare scenario for her here?
Yeah, I don't mind Carmella being the champion. I think she's alright with that. I mean, I'm not going to say her in-ring skills match anyone like Oscar or Charlotte or anything like that. But, I think everyone deserves their shot, and she's done pretty well with it. I didn't really like the fact that it came at Charlotte's expense, made Charlotte look a bit weak after her win against WrestleMania. It was like a dramatic decline there. I don't really mind that too much, but I feel like this match, if anyone's going to win it, I can't really call it, because I feel like Asuka will win, but whether she gets the title or not is a different question. I feel like it could be win by DQ or something. Yeah, well,
I'm going to go with. I'll just say that Carmella will be keeping the belt. Let's say that much. Either way, but yeah, I see her winning. But then I will probably actually have to go with Carmella actually winning the match as well, only because I think they may do that setup in the other match, but we'll get to that. So I'm going to say Carmella actually wins, which isn't great news for Oscar fans out there. That huge unbeaten streak that she had will soon be forgotten, I'm sure, very soon. Now, Matt, moving to another match, one of our other... He's getting as much heat as Roman is these days. Bobby Lashley up against Sami Zayn. I think one thing we have realised, Matt, is that interview that took place 4 or 5 weeks ago. It wasn't a joke, and now he's feuding against a heel like Sami Zayn. It's like, well, there isn't a heel. I don't see Bobby going into a heel role anytime soon. So I can't believe it, Matt, that this. Was that all completely genuine, and was that their attempt of making Bobby likeable? I got this funny email, actually. It was from, I think it was someone that would only watch WWE because of Ronda, and they didn't know who any of these guys were, and they said something like they said, I really, by the way, like that Bobby Lashley guy, he's a sweetheart. And I was like, man, I'm pretty sure WWE don't want that image. I mean, what happened to the Bobby Lashley, the kicking ass Bobby Lashley from the Armed Forces and all this kind of stuff, to this, likeable, lovable character, Bobby Lashley? I have no idea. But what is worrying is it doesn't look like they're really doing an awful lot with this guy. And he's just a bit of a mid-carder at the minute, Matt, isn't it? I mean, it's not what I thought they would do with Bobby Lashley. I've got to be honest with you, considering his last run, and this whole business with the sisters and all that kind of stuff, Matt. I thought it was all setting up kind of a crazy heel turn where you kind of almost get that Bo Dallas, believe, that kind of over the top stuff going on, where it just transition like that. But now I'm kind of thinking that doesn't look like they're going that way, because Sami Zayn is, really exposed everything here, so I can't imagine they're going to go that way, Matt.
Yeah, I think it's just another cheap tactic, isn't it? Like, they need someone for Bobby to go over on. They need to, people might have forgotten who Bobby Lashley is. I mean, I know a lot of the main wrestling fans haven't, because he was around on TNA, but for some reason in WWE's bubble, they think that when people leave the company, it's just automatically forget them. So they brought him back in, and I think they're going to use Sami Zayn as a stepping stone now with whatever this drummed up feud is. I mean, who sat around the table and went, what are we going to do, Bobby? You're going to sit there, you're going to get an interview and tell us all about your family, and then Sammy's going to come out and then he's going to disrespect your family, and then that's going to really set you off. I mean, it all sounded all okay in the meeting room, but actually playing it out was awful. Yeah.
And what the shame here is, I actually think Sami Zayn has been excellent. Really enjoyed him in many ways. I think he's outshadowed, overshone Kevin Owens, which you've got to go some to be able to do that. But I think he's really come into his own since this heel turn. I've really enjoyed it, and he is quite comical. He's quite funny, but he can back it up in the ring, and it's kind of a shame if he's just gonna be jobbing right here and all that for nothing. Because I think like there's probably I'd probably put more investment in Sammy at the moment than I would Bobby, but it looks like they're going with Bobby Lashley, so I'll go with Bobby on this one. It's a bit of a shame because I think Sammy's done some really good stuff lately on this one. But same for you there, Matt?
Yeah, all out on Bobby on this one. I think he needs it really. I mean, he can't just come in and then lose. He would look silly.
Yeah, unless the Three Sisters come out. And,
yeah.
Good grief. Right, yeah. God knows how many more of those we're going to get. And finally, Matt, the match, Nia Jax, the champion, the Raw's Women's Champion, up against Ronda Rousey in her second match here in WWE. The feud to this, I have not really enjoyed all that much, I've got to be honest with you. I think it's been pretty... just so unoriginal, very faultless, like kind of like lazy booking in a way. Like, God, couldn't they have come up with something a little bit better? And yeah, I just haven't enjoyed it from the moment go, because that whole thing on the red carpet. Here you've got an amazing talent like Ronda Rousey. We know she's got the star power. I just thought chucking her into a belt already, not maybe the wisest idea. But WWE, they never hang around that much these days. They seem to want to get things done and move on already. I just think would have preferred her to have like a bit of a rise in the WWE. We know where it's heading. I think that's what WWE have to be careful of though, because fans these days, Matt, they know what's coming here. But you don't want it too predictable, because that's when they start rejecting all this stuff. Now, surprisingly, Matt, and it is surprisingly, I mean, I'm a big Ronda fan over here, but in WWE fans' heads, Matt, I'm surprised that they haven't turned on her already, just because of the way she's been booked. And I'm kind of thinking, like, oh my God, like maybe it doesn't need Charlotte to be heel, maybe it will have to be her, but they've got to be careful with this, because she at WrestleMania she was cheered, her name was chanted and everything else, and you're thinking, this is great, like, let's build on that. But this whole thing, especially against Nia Jax, Matt, who's just come out of, she was the baby face against Alexa Bliss. I'm really surprised with the way they're playing this, and they've gone that route already. I thought they were going along the Natalia lines, maybe, but maybe that's further down the line, or somebody else to go up against. Is there because obviously the match at WrestleMania, Matt, you pretty much say she was, although she did do a very, very good performance, and it was a hell of a debut. I mean, a lot of people saying it was one of the best, debuts from a non-sort of wrestler they've ever seen. But you've got to imagine, Matt, that she was very much, had Triple H, she had Kurt Angle, she had Stephanie out there with her. Now, up against just Nia Jax, who's, she's a great talent, Nia Jax, but she does have, or she has had problems in the past of sort of carrying matches. I'm kind of thinking, blimey, this could be horrible if it's not really well thought out in this, and you might get both of them just standing there looking at each other like, well, what do we do next? And I hope that's not the case. But is that a worry for you there, Matt, or do you think that they're going to play this one very safe and book this very strategically around Ronda?
Oh no, it is a bit of a worry for me. I just kind of feel like this match won't be that long in that sense. I don't think they will want to give him that much time to be exposed. And if Ronda's the one that's going to win, they're going to make it fast anyway, make it look like she can just dominate and she's feared and no woman is unmatchable on that roster. I'm sure that's and like you said, I'm surprised to see what's going on, because it is that kind of Batista effect. Like they signed someone and they just pretty much said, we find her and she's going to be deal with it. That's what like Batista said, deal with it.
Yeah.
Because we're looking like that is the path going to go down. Lex, out of the blue, Stephanie comes down and Nia does a heel and joins action as well. I don't think they're coming, because they had this whole bullying thing at WrestleMania and how Nia's above all that.
Yeah.
That's just side bully. So I feel like she's kind of, they kind of backed themselves into a corner with this one as well. It's almost like they went face versus face, and it's just kind of really awkward now.
My prediction on this is that Nia will keep the belt I do think Ronda will win, but I think she keeps the